Imagine yourself is sitting on the chair. You are sitting there peacefully without disturbing the others. But then, suddenly, you are being stabbed, you are being punched, you are being stick numerously and painfully. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what has been felt by our Mother Nature or our Mother Earth right now. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I bid you all to Madam Haruzila, to fellow organizers, and of course, my fellow audience today. My topic for today is the impacts of industrial SO2 emission to environment. And me myself, I am Muhammad Tariq Ziad bin Rejab, and I will be the one who will guiding you throughout this presentation. Alright, so the purpose of me choosing this topic to present to you all is because I have decided that there is a very grave impact that SO2 emission can bring to our Earth, and it is very, very dangerous with the current technologies that have been done today. And I know that you all, my fellow audience, will become the important figures in the industries sooner or later. And I'm hoping that you all can bring something that is useful for our industry later. Alright, so before I'm moving on to my presentation today, I want to ask you all, what is SO2? SO2, okay. So I know that my brilliant audience will know that SO2 stands for sulfur dioxide, which can be represented by the configuration below. The S represents sulfur and the O represents oxygen, which I also know that my brilliant audience will know that it is the process of sulfur that reacts with the oxygen. Alright, so what is actually SO2? SO2 is actually the process that we know every day. It is the process from the burning of the matches. You all know, right? When we try to light a matches, there will be a pungent or a smell that we can smell it, right? And that is the smell of the sulfur dioxide. Alright, so where does the sulfur dioxide come from? We all know that sulfur dioxide exists in our Earth, but where does it come from? Alright, so there's two sources of SO2. It can come from the volcanic eruption. Alright, so when a volcanic eruption appears, it will erupt a lot of things, such as vapor, such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and of course, sulfur dioxide. And it will erupt a large amount of sulfur, which will react with the oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Alright, so that is the first sources of sulfur dioxide. But what is the second sources? The second sources is, of course, from our factory and the industrial revolution right now. Alright, so the industrial revolution right now have been accumulating a lot of sulfur dioxide. And it can be said that the accumulation of the sulfur dioxide annually from the factory can even rival the eruption of a volcanic eruption. Alright, so before I move along with my presentation, I want you all to know about the impact of the industrial SO2 emission. There is three impacts there. The first one being acid rain, the second one being the destruction of ecosystem, and the third one being the damage to infrastructure and building. Alright, so the first point is about the acid rain, which will bring me towards this. What is actually an acid rain? Acid rain can be said as the process that will appear when the rainwater is acidic. But what is the factor or the scale that will make it to become acid? Alright, so you can see from this pH scale, and before that, what is a pH scale? pH scale is the measurement that will show the basicity or the acidity of a substance. It can be acid if it is lower than 7, or it can be more than 7. Alright, so we all know the acid rain is 4.3. And 4.3 is actually an acidic substance. So because of that, an acidic substance of acid rain will make the will bring the acidification into the earth. And acid rain is especially dangerous to our human health because first of all, acid rain consists of two processes, which is the wet deposit and the dry deposit. The wet deposit will danger us through the water sources, and the dry deposit can enter our lung and can affect our respiratory system. Alright, moving along to our next point, which is the destruction of ecosystem. Okay, so first of all, ecosystem is a fragile system, and it is especially true for the habitat, whether for the animal or for the plants. So this is a fish, and this fish is dying right now. And this is the plant, and unfortunately the plant is also dying right now. So this will bring me to my point. What makes the fish and the plant dying? Alright, so first of all, acid rain is very dangerous to the habitat of plant and animal, because for the animal, acid rain can bring a very acidity environment to the habitat. Alright, so you can see from this picture that each of the animal in the habitat have different critical pH level, or the pH level that can interrupt the ecosystem of specific species. And for an example, a fish, if the habitat is lower than 5, it cannot reproduce and cannot lay its eggs anymore. So it will make it to become lower and cannot reproduce anymore. Alright, so what will happen if it cannot reproduce? It will also affect the food chain. Okay, so for the food chain, how does it affect the food chain? Alright, so imagine this is a fish. This is a fish because it ate Nemo. Alright, so this fish likes to eat this one. This is the smaller fish that it likes to eat. But someday and one day, this fish has been extinct because of this critical pH level. So this fish, Nemo, cannot eat anymore. And because of that, it will start to extinct also, because it has no food to survive. Alright, so what about the plants? The plants can also be affected because when there is acid rain, the acid rain will also leach the amount of the useful nutrient for the plant, such as calcium ion and the magnesium ion, which is useful nutrients for the plants, and that will make the plants cannot survive also. Right. So the third point is damage to infrastructure and buildings. Yes, the acid rain will also damage the building because when it is acidic substance, it can corrode the walls and the slabs that is in the building, and that is especially damageful for the ecosystem and our building, because it will take a lot of infra costs to make sure that it is in good condition. Alright, and it will also impact a lot of monuments such as Taj Mahal and a lot of other buildings in that manner. Alright, so this will bring me to the conclusion. And to recap back what I have been saying, there is 3 impacts of industrial SO2 emission, which is the first one is acid rain, second one is destruction of ecosystem, and the third one is damage to infrastructure and building. So you guys remember, right, about our Earth? It has been dying, but right now it is all in good condition, because there is a very plenty of movement to help to restore our Earth. There is a treaty to make sure that the SO2 emission can be controlled, and there is also other movement and activism to make sure that the SO2 emission can be controlled for us. So what can we do? I know that you all can do something. And that's all from me. Thank you. And I open the floor for question and answer session.
Can you tell me about the basic process of acid rain?
It is a very simple process. To sum it up, first, the rainwater will undergo the carbonification process between the water and the SO2 and NO2, which is the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. And the reaction will result in the sulfur dioxide, which is an acidic substance. And that is what makes the rain become acidic. I hope that answers your question. Is there any more question? Right, that's all from me. Thank you.